Which one are you going to choose? A full electric vehicle or a plug-in hybrid? Today we'll be asking the question, is one better than two, or is it the other way around? For the EV side, we've got the Lynk Co 02. On the plug-in hybrid side, we've got the Lynk Co 01. Which is which? Which are you going to choose? Let's find out today.
So first of all, what is an EV? What is a PHEV? What is a hybrid? It's easier to start with EV. EV, electric vehicle. If you add an ICE engine, that gives you an HEV, a hybrid electric vehicle. If you add a charging point to that hybrid, that turns it into a PHEV, a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. The main difference between a PHEV from a normal HEV is that this comes with a bigger battery and motor than a normal hybrid, which means it can actually go around the whole day driving on solely electric power. To break it down, we'll put it into three categories: the driving experience, ownership, and a unique selling point for both an EV and a PHEV. When it comes to range, even though you have over 400 here based on this test category, you might have range anxiety compared to a PHEV.
And while that range anxiety is a little bit mitigated with its long extended range, this one north of 800 kilometers in a full tank and a full charge, and you can actually fill it up with gasoline and charge it at home. This one takes the cake.
Number two, ownership experience. So when it comes to PMS, don't be afraid of an EV. Basically, the only thing most owners complain about is you have to change the tires earlier on because the torque is much more apparent with an EV drivetrain. But the same can't be said for a PHEV.
That's right, because of the electric motor mated to an ICE engine and the battery itself, this thing almost weighs above 2,000 kilograms, pretty much like the EV in the Lynk Co 02. And you also have to contend and worry about the regular PMS like oil change, and it runs in a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, so you have to add a little bit more gear oil here and there.
Alright, so the last part is the big unique selling point for each of these cars, something you can't really see on a brochure or a spec sheet. For this one, it's the fact that it's zero emissions. So if you've reached that point in your life where you want to save the planet, zero emission EV might be the one for you. However,
and while I admit that the Lynk Co 02 is future proof, it's just that the Philippines, the future is not that ready yet. So in my opinion, the unique point about the Lynk Co 01 is, ironically, it's familiarity. It means you can go out of town, don't have to worry about charging up. All you gotta do is gas up and go.
Okay, so maybe the pros and cons are closer than we think. So let's have number 4, let's talk price. The 02 comes in at 1,988,000 pesos. That's the future, that's EV pricing.
Well, it would be understandable that you think that this is more expensive. The truth is, yes, it is more expensive, but just by a hair. While this one is 1,988,000, this you can get for 1,928,000. Yes, 1,928,000 pesos. So when it comes to price differences, I'd say it's a draw as well. So right now between the two, we're at dead heat. So let's take a look at the exterior and see how it makes us feel on the outside. Take a look at the Lynk Co 01. It definitely has main character vibes with these blue streaks right here on the front grille, right here on the window, even on the wheels and on the back, emphasizing its electrified intentions. You can see this Aurora Borealis DRLs, which kind of looks really fetching. With the Lynk Co 02, you got this dynamic day raised DRLs. Kind of looks like a different vehicle as compared to this one, but still gives that same DNA of Lynk Co design. You got 20-inch alloy wheels right here on the Lynk Co 01 and 19-inch alloy wheels on the Lynk Co 02. Although the wheels here are kind of wider, 245 series as compared to 235s right here, because you need all the grip that you can get to handle all the electrified torque that this can give you. A couple of more differences. This has 213 millimeters of ground clearance, while this one makes do with 191, which still isn't that bad. Still goes over to more of like a crossover SUV territory, but if you need more ground clearance, that's the way to go. Now you might be wondering, what's behind the quirky designs of these Lynk Co vehicles? Well, if you didn't know, Lynk Co is a collaboration between Volvo and Geely, and their headquarters are right up there in Sweden. While the rear of the Lynk Co 01 features that tried and trusted energy cubes designed for those LED tail lamps, it's also got some nice spoilers there and a dual port exhaust. The 02 has got this mega city design as its tail lamp. So you got this nice looking tail lamp which is integrated with the spoiler right here, so no spoilers for you, and both have a power tailgate. Inside the Lynk Co 01, everything seems so familiar with your drive. You got this round steering wheel right here. You got this nice shifter sticking out right there. Buttons right below the large infotainment screen. Got what they call Eco Nile seats here. These are not leather, but they keep things cool, especially on a hot summer day like this one. And everything has this nice soft touch materials on it. It's still eco-friendly. You got this huge touchscreen infotainment system with both wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, a 10 speaker setup right here, and wireless charging. So you've got this nice center armrest, and you've got, of course, a panoramic sunroof on top, and you're behind these power operated front driver seats right here. AC vents, dual USB ports. I mean, what more can you ask for? And now inside the Lynk Co 02, here's where a more traditionalist motorist out there would find this kind of alien, but someone who looks forward to more tech, features and all that might actually enjoy this one. You got this huge 15-inch touchscreen infotainment system with 2.5K resolution, and you got this, what they call a Co box. You actually go ahead and fold the center console out. Like this actually looks like something that they bought in IKEA. Very minimalist and at the same time kind of well engineered as well. You got two wireless chargers right here. You don't have any grab handles, and the steering wheel, the tiller that they got right here, pretty much like a polygon shape, but actually is very ergonomic if you ask me. The seats are wide, they're nice, and instead of a sunroof, you got this glass roof on top, which is well tinted. You got a 14 speaker Harman Kardon system right here, and the tunes just sound amazing. And for the AC vents, well, it's just a vent right here, and there are no manual controls, but if you want to do and control that yourself, you can visit the screen right here and then control them like so. The future is here, guys. There are no electronic parking brakes, no shifters right here because it is mounted on a column here, and there aren't even any start buttons. So if you need to start your car, just come close to it. It's going to detect the key, and once you sit inside, head over to drive, and you're good to go. And if you need to park this, just hit park, leave your car, lock it, and it just shuts off by itself. And you can even enjoy a lot of your tunes right here because of this infinity light bar right here in the front. We got these creamy leather seats, two USB ports on each side of the pillars right there. You got AC vents, and you get to enjoy the glass roof even more. Now it's time for us to show you how they drive in our next section. All right, so we're behind the wheel of the Lynk Co 01. Got a complete suite of advanced driver assist systems here. My favorite, of course, adaptive cruise control. It's also got lane keep assist, lane departure warning, everything but the kitchen sink. You got it right here, plus a nice and nifty 360-degree camera system. So under the hood, you've got a 1.5 liter turbocharged three-cylinder gasoline engine made into a small electric motor. Overall, it makes 262 horsepower and 265 Newton meters of torque, giving it a 0 to 100 time of just 8 seconds. So you got 3 drive modes. You got pure, hybrid, and power. Pure, you can use a pure electric power for up to 69 kilometers. Nice. Now, one thing about the 3-cylinder engine is that it's smooth, right? And made into a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, pushing the power to the front wheels. It feels like a crossover SUV, as any crossover SUV should. So again, for people who are looking for an electrified drive, but still want to drive a regular daily, right? You don't want to catch too much attention, the Lynk Co 01 plug-in hybrid electric vehicle will most definitely be your cup of tea. Now, let's go ahead and try out the Lynk Co 02. Full electric vehicle, pretty sporty, 0 to 100 in 5.5 seconds, and wow, And it's a rear-wheel drive car as well. When it comes to power, it makes 272 PS and 343 Newton meters of torque, and those are some crazy figures. For those who are looking for a lot more extra, something more technologically advanced, something more futuristic, this certainly does the part. Sure, it's not going to act the same way as a plug-in hybrid or something that has an ICE engine under the hood, but here you've got multiple drive modes. You got Comfort, Eco, Sport, and Individual. Safety features. You got adaptive cruise control, 360-degree camera, lane keep assist, lane departure warning, parking sensors all around. The transition to an electric vehicle isn't going to be that drastic. You know, Lynk Co was still able to make things very ergonomic, very predictable, really, about where things are, and it makes your choice of buying an electric vehicle that much more rewarding, because you're rewarded as well with the longer range that we have right here, the faster charging times, 10 to 80% with a DC fast charger. This 30 minutes, again, 30 minutes from 10% to 80%. It's nice. And another thing that's special about EVs, and like the Lynk Co 02 here, especially the Lynk Co 02, is not just the acceleration, it's the braking. Sometimes when you're driving around in an EV, the brakes feel a little bit spongy, but it's very responsive, the brakes. And it's got one pedal driving. So what happens is if you lift your foot off the accelerator pedal, it's going to charge the car immediately, putting you on a stop like this, so you can basically drive around with just, you know, depressing and pulling off the accelerator pedal. It's quite an experience and something that you should try out every so often. So there you have it, boys and girls, our comparison between the Lynk Co 02 and 01 EV, PHEV, dyno fuel, electric vehicle. What do you think? Drop me a comment in the comment section down below. While you're at it, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification icon so you wouldn't miss any of our videos.